What's good? What's good? We are back. Triple P, Paul Pickett Podcast. This is episode 124. Got a few topics to get into. Of course, the topic of the day, Will Smith slaps Chris Rock. But before we do, let's shout out sponsors. Um, First things first, don't forget this podcast is sponsored by Promo Palace LLC at promopalace.biz. If you need online marketing promotion for your music, your product, your brand, and your service, please check out promopalace.biz as you see the website scrolling below. For Shizzle, do you dizzle? Yes, I dizzle. Check out dizzlebrand.com. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and more, as well as buying the Dizzle brand hats, t-shirts, and you can order bottles of Dizzle liquor as well that are delivered directly to your home. And there's a dozen recipes on there that you could mix your Dizzle with as well. Don't forget the video version of this podcast goes to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TV, and Rumble. As you see, to follow me on Rumble, definitely follow me there because all videos are monetized from day one. You don't got to worry about 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Also, don't forget this audio version of this podcast goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, and much, much more. All right, let's pull up last night's NBA scores. And of course, my Charlotte Hornets beat the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving played his first game. Not good. It's not good. All right, so let me pull last night's scores. Knicks beat Detroit by 2 points, barely. Of course, I think the Boston center is out indefinitely for the season with a torn meniscus. Washington beat Golden State. Not looking good for Golden State right now. That's why they fell out the Paul's power picks for the top 5. Phoenix beat Philly. They're probably going to go back in the top 5. Lakers lost to the New Orleans Pelicans. Charlotte beat Brooklyn. Dallas beat Lucas. I mean, even this early in his career, he's better. 6, definitely going to choose them. I'm good. 1, I'm Achilles. And number 5, I'm going with the Philadelphia 76ers. Miami Heat lost 4 straight. They're starting to come back down to earth. The Bulls are 4-6, and they last. That's the thing. This is the worst time to be 4-6. You got the Bulls and the Heat 4-6. Everybody else are balling out. Celtics 9-1, 7-3 for the Bucks, 6-4 for the Sixers. Toronto's 8-2. Cleveland's starting to plummet. They're 4-6. They fell into the play-in tournament like I said they would. In Toronto, they took the 6th seed. And you know what's crazy? My Charlotte Hornets could take that 7th seed. We're 2 games back. Cleveland's keep falling down. We could take that 7th seed. Golden State's number 3 still. But Dallas, I mean, they're moving up good. They're at number 4 right now. Think about that. Dallas is at number 4 right now. Luka ain't got too much around him. Not what Golden State's got. Utah's got more around them. You know what I'm saying? Denver, Jokic definitely, he's got 2 major injuries, though, Michael Porter Jr. And Jokic, that's the thing. Denver could fall into the play-in tournament. I don't know that they will, though. I don't know that they will. They'll probably beat my Charlotte Hornets tomorrow night. They definitely will. All right, let me pull up some topics I got here. Duke versus Carolina, Final Four. Wow, this is amazing. This is the first time my Carolina Tar Heels have played Duke in the NCAA tournament. So there's that. Winner gets a trip to the national championship. So there's that. This is the greatest rivalry in college basketball history, probably sports history. So there's that. I didn't expect my Tar Heels to be here. I didn't expect them to make it to the Final Four. But once I saw they had to play that St. Peter's, I pretty much knew they were going to win that game. I knew they were going to win that game and advance on. We beat we beat Duke last game. Either way, no matter who wins this game and goes to the national championship, is a North Carolina team in the national championship again, and possibly will win it again. And they're both on Tobacco Road, one end of the Tobacco Road, another. So there's that. I'm highly, highly impressed with the job that that Hubert Davis has done. Carolina, I'm confident. I'm very more confident about Carolina going forward now. I mean, we're literally in the Final Four again. Carolina, I mean, we're literally always going to the Final Four to Elite Eight. Always. I mean, we've been to tons of Final Fours in Elite Eight. This is a big deal, man. Jay Will said this could be the biggest NCAA tournament game ever. Carolina versus Duke for a trip to the national championship. I know I'm excited. I think my boys are going to take Duke out. I think my boys are going to the national championship. And if we win it, I mean, it will be so amazing. It would be so amazing. Everything, any doubts that I had on Hubert Davis as a coach, definitely I will be taken back. And speaking of Carolina, Hubert Davis, he's going to at least have to help them recruit for a couple years. As soon as he steps out the picture, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. Like Duke was, before Coach K, Duke was literally just a medical school. I mean, they've never had a good football team. I don't know if they've had any other good sports teams, but they've never had a good football team. They might have had a good baseball team, maybe girls basketball, who knows. But yeah, it's a great day for Carolina, man. Great day for Carolina. Before I get into the topic of the day, I'm gonna get into a topic that somebody I was talking to on the phone. They something they said, and I'm just like, this is not a good avenue and a good path to be going down. But somebody I know basically said they deleted their main TikTok account because a job they got at Best Buy. And it's a really bad day when people get fired because of social media posts, because of political views on social media posts. And I think I know why he might have deleted his, which he said he deleted it because of posts that he had on there that could get him probably fired. Well, then delete the posts if that's the case. This idea you got to delete your whole account and start a new one from scratch is so bogus to me. And the fact that you let the man dictate your life like that is so bogus to me. You're not a man if you let another man dictate your life like that, where you got to delete your social media account just because you get a new job. So now people are going to this is some Democratic bullshit, some far leftist radical bullshit, that you want to sit there and fire somebody because of a social media post. Like, if they haven't done nothing on the job, that's a firing offense. I mean, I understand like maybe the NBA or the NFL because they got contract clauses and stuff. But we're talking about a regular job where you don't have you're not, it's no contract. You know what I'm saying? So a regular job, you got to delete your social media account because you might get deleted for social media posts that have nothing to do with work. I can see if you're late to work all the time, you still on the job, you just slack on the job. Those are firing offenses. But firing people because of social media posts, like firing somebody at McDonald's because of a social media post, a political view. And I can see if you're doing illegal things on there, like you're smoking weed on your social media posts, and he might have been referring to a post like that where he was smoking weed, but then just delete the post where you're just smoking weed. You shouldn't have to delete your whole account. But the fact you delete your whole account is so bogus to me. I can't even respect it whatsoever. And even if I have to go back into working for the man, I will never ever delete my social media accounts just because I got a new job. If you're not gonna if you're gonna fire me because of my social media views and ideologies, and because I might cuss on social media, or I might, you know, be against the feminist movement, and whatever it may be, whatever it may be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not firing offense. If I steal on a job, I'm late for work, I don't do my job good, yes, but firing people for outside of work things, I can see if you get in trouble with the law. Yeah, they could fire you. You get caught stealing somewhere, you get in trouble with the law, and your job finds out. But a social media post, we gonna fire people over social media posts? Really? That's the world we're living in nowadays. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And it's such a double standard and hypocrisy because they're only going to do it to people who have conservative Republican views. All right, Will Smith slaps Chris Rock. I texted my friend this morning today. He said the slap looked like a movie slap. It looked fake. Whether it was a movie slap or not, Will Smith's reaction didn't look fake. When Will Smith said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," and then he raised it and said, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth," that didn't seem like an act. That seemed real. And I understand they're actors. How do you know when they're really acting? When they're just acting? How do you know? Because they're actors. But this seems so real. Even if it was a movie, even if Will decided to just hit him with the movie slap, just the movie type slap, just the reaction afterwards still makes it real. If your intentions, see, that's the thing. It's not all about was it a movie slap or not a movie slap. It's all about the intentions. Intentions go a far way. They go a long way. It's like if you kill somebody, did you intend to kill somebody or did you accidentally kill somebody? It goes a long way. It goes a long way into justifying it or not justifying it. It's hard to justify. I mean, accidental death is accidental death. I mean, you intentionally kill somebody, it's hard to, you can't justify it, intentionally kill somebody. I mean, you get in a car wreck, you run a red, like somebody runs a red light or a stop sign or somebody speeding, and it's not justifiable, but it's explainable. But so the intent, I think his intent was definitely to smack him, whether it was movie slap or not movie slap. His intent was to slap him. Nobody on YouTube, no podcaster, nobody on Breakfast Club, nobody talking about this seems to think that it was fake. Everybody seems to think it was real from what I've seen online. Everybody seems to think it was real. The reaction from Denzel and the other movie stars, everybody thinks it's real. Whether my friend says it was a movie slap or not a movie slap, that doesn't negate the fact of the intentions. Even though he tried to say it negates the fact if it's real or not, no, it doesn't. Because your intentions is what makes it real or not. Did you really intend to slap this guy? And Chris Rock, I have to commend Chris Rock. And if it was totally real, I got to commend Chris Rock. He's a bigger man than me. I would have football tackled Will as soon as he turned his back. I would have football tackled him. Then I would have probably been on top of him, punch him in the face, in the back of the head. There's no way that a grown man could just walk up to me, smack me, and walk off without me putting my hands on him. I've been hit by a car. So I'm going to tell you right now, there's no grown man that can hit me harder than a car. So I ain't scared of no grown man walking this earth. So you think you're going to walk up and just smack me and I'm not going to put my hands on you? You sadly mistaken. You sadly mistaken. I would have attacked him. So Chris Rock is way bigger man than me, better than me, comedian and no comedian. I gotta commend him. I gotta applaud Chris Rock, man. And even if it wasn't real and it was an act, nobody seems to think it was an act, except my friend that says it was a movie slap. And I don't even know if even though he thinks it's a movie slap, I don't know if he thinks the intentions weren't real. I don't know about that part. I just know that Will's a chump. You defended a woman that publicly cheated on you and threw it in your face and made you get in your little red round table and take it on the chin. I wouldn't even still be with a woman that did that to me. I would have been kicked her ass to the curb. I don't care if they say it is cheaper to keep her. I'd have been kicked her ass to the curb, or she'd have been living in a whole separate house. I just know that we wouldn't be associated no more. I wouldn't be speaking to her. No, fuck that. She wouldn't be living in my house no more. She'd be gone. She'd be out. I mean, you publicly embarrassed the man, and he's a chump for taking it. You're going to defend a woman that publicly cheated on you. And we all know that this isn't the first man she had an entanglement with. Will Smith went his whole career of us not publicly knowing who he cheated with, but we know she had an entanglement with August Alsina and Will smacking Chris Rock. He just doesn't look like he's look like a chump right now. He's a chump. He's a chump. He really is. He just so is. I mean, you're defending a woman that embarrassed you in front of everybody, man. Made you look like a complete chump. They say he might lose his Oscar over this. I guess. My thing is, like, are we getting in a place where now we're attacking comedy? Comedians can't say this, they can't say that. Like, I always thought everything in comedy was pretty much open and people are laughing about it. Yeah, but I don't know. Well, it's interesting to see where this leads. I know Will Smith looks bad. He looks like a chump, looks like a lame. Defending a woman that was boning August Alsina, while you was out making a movie, and not to mention your son introduced them. Yeah. I'd be embarrassed right now if I was Will Smith. I'd be completely embarrassed to be Will Smith. I don't care how much money he got. Completely embarrassed. Your wife done played you in front of the world. You don't look good at all right now. You don't look good at all right now. And Chris Rock looks like so much the bigger man and the better man. Big ups to Chris Rock. I gotta commend Chris Rock. Yeah. So that's that. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to watch that Duke and Carolina game. Watch my Carolina Tar Heels hopefully spank them Duke Blue Devils. And even if my Tar Heels win, it's still going to be a Carolina team in the national championship and compete for the national championship. Both teams are on Tobacco Road. Either way, it's a win-win for North Carolina. It's a win-win. And, like I said last podcast, it wouldn't be such a bad thing if Coach K wins the championship his last year. But, but this is as far as it goes, man. This is as far as it goes. And don't be quitting your social media just because you get a new job. Come on, don't take that kind of stance. And once you do that, the man controls your life. Once you delete your social media account because you get a new job, the man totally controls your life. You don't even have no control of your life whatsoever. And if Will Smith smacked me like Chris Rock on the Oscars, like I said, he would have got tackled. He would have got tackled. All right, let me shout out my sponsors once again. If you need online market promotions for your music, your product, your brand, or your service, please check out promopals.biz. We got influencer marketing, we got SEO, blogs, playlist placements, social media ads, press release, and much, much more. You see the website scrolling below. Do you dizzle? Yes, I dizzle. For shizzle, I dizzle. I dizzled last night, and I can tell you my dizzle on ice was good. It was great. Dizzle, a mixture of agave tequila, cognac, orange liquor, mango mix. Just throw it on ice, let it get chilled, and it's perfect. Good to go. Check them out, dizzlebrand.com. You can get the hats, the t-shirts. You can order bottles of Dizzle online, have them delivered directly to your house. Follow them on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and more. And I run the TikTok and the Facebook profile and the Facebook fan page for Dizzle. So I'm there from the day one of the launch of Dizzle, ground one. Also, don't forget the video version of my podcast goes to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TV, and Rumble. And of course, follow me on Rumble. Unlike YouTube, Rumble lets me monetize from day one. And we got an advertising campaign getting set up for Rumble as we speak. So check us out, rumble.com, Paul Pickett Podcast. I don't got to wait till 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to be monetized like YouTube. Also, audio version of this podcast goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, and much more. Plus, I take the video version of the video and I will stream it live on 3 of my Twitter accounts: Twitter at Paul P Podcast, Twitter at Promo Palace LLC, and Twitter at Paul W Pickett. Once again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. This was episode 124. Very, very interesting night. Very interesting. Will Smith, Duke, Carolina, and people deleting their social media for jobs, man. It's crazy. What the hell kind of world are we going into? I want to thank you all for tuning in. Peace, and I'm out.